Letter 41 to Thomas Pennant, Esquire. It is matter of curious inquiry to trace out how those species of soft-billed birds that continue with us the winter through subsist during the dead months. The imbecility of birds seems not to be the only reason why they shun the rigor of our winters. For the robust wryneck, so much resembling the hardy race of woodpeckers, migrates, while the feeble little golden-crowned wren, that shadow of a bird, braves our severest frosts without availing himself of houses or villages, to which most of our winter birds crowd in distressful seasons, while this keeps aloof in fields and woods. But perhaps this may be the reason why they may often perish, and why they are almost as rare as any bird we know. I have no reason to doubt but that the soft-billed birds, which winter with us, subsist chiefly on insects in their Aurelia state. All the species of wagtails in severe weather haunt shallow streams near their spring-heads, where they never freeze, and, by wading, pick out the Aurelias of the genus of Phryganiae, etc. Footnote. See Durham's Physico-Theology, page 235. End footnote. Hedge sparrows frequent sinks and gutters in hard weather, where they pick up crumbs and other sweepings. And in mild weather they procure worms, which are stirring every month in the year, as anyone may see that will only be at the trouble of taking a candle to a grass plot on any mild winter's night. Redbreasts and wrens in the winter haunt outhouses, stables, and barns, where they find spiders and flies that have laid themselves up during the cold season. But the grand support of the soft-billed birds in winter is that infinite profusion of Aurelia of the Lepidoptera ordo, which is fastened to the twigs of trees and their trunks, to the pales and walls of gardens and buildings, and is found in every cranny and cleft of rock or rubbish, and even in the ground itself. Every species of titmouse winters with us. They have what I call a kind of intermediate bill between the hard and the soft, between the Linnaean genera of Fringilla and Motacilla. One species alone spends its whole time in the woods and fields, never retreating for succor in the severest seasons to houses and neighborhoods, and that is the delicate long-tailed titmouse, which is almost as minute as the golden-crowned wren. But the blue titmouse, or nun, Parus caeruleus, the coal mouse, Parus ater, the great black-headed titmouse, Fringillago, and the marsh titmouse, Parus palustris, all resort, at times, to buildings, and in hard weather particularly. The great titmouse, driven by stress of weather, much frequents houses, and in deep snows I have seen this bird, while it hung with its back downwards, to my no small delight and admiration, draw straw lengthwise from out the eaves of thatched houses, in order to pull out the flies that were concealed between them, and that in such numbers that they quite defaced the thatch, and gave it a ragged appearance. The blue titmouse, or nun, is a great frequenter of houses and a general devourer. Beside insects, it is very fond of flesh, for it frequently picks bones on dunghills. It is a vast admirer of suet, and haunts butchers' shops. When a boy, I have known 20 in a morning caught with snap mousetraps, baited with tallow or suet. It will also pick holes in apples left on the ground, and be well entertained with the seeds on the head of a sunflower. The blue, marsh, and great titmice will, in very severe weather, carry away barley and oat straws from the sides of rigs. How the wheatear and windchat support themselves in winter cannot be so easily ascertained, since they spend their time on wild heaths and warrens, the former especially, where there are stone quarries. Most probably it is that their maintenance arises from the Aureliae of the Lepidoptera ordo, which furnish them with a plentiful table in the wilderness. I am, etc.,